Hi everyone, welcome to the foam roller protocol video. In this video I'm just going to be showing you some foam roller exercises you can do at home or at the gym or at the dojo, wherever, to loosen yourself up. And it's just another recovery routine you can do using a foam roller. Now there's a few different styles of foam rollers. You got like a foam roller that you can get from the local department store for like $10–15. You can get, this is called a travel roller. It's from travelroller.com. I got it, it's about $70. I got it for about half price, which is pretty cool. The good thing about this travel roller is it's a travel roller, so you can stick it in your suitcase and you can stick heaps of stuff on the inside of it. So, for example, in here I've got a lacrosse ball to do recovery stuff. I have a rubber band to do stuff with as well. But the great thing about a travel roller is you can take this top bit off. So at the moment it's quite soft. I can take the top bit off and it can go to a little bit harder, and then I can take the next layer off and it can be a lot harder. So this helps you different recovery kind of routines, I guess. Like it goes from easy, harder. So, but anyway, let's get started on some things you can do. If you don't want to spend the money on getting one of these, what you can do is go to the local hardware store, grab a PVC pipe for like $7 for a meter. Cut it in half, and that way you've got two of these. You can leave one in your car and one at home, or one at work and one at home, and that way you can roll at work or at home using the PVC pipe. That's if your body can handle it. But they're very cheap, and it's the exact same thing. The last thing you can do is get a Coke bottle, a small 500 or 600 ml one, fill it full of water, freeze it, and then you can use the frozen Coke bottle as a foam roller as well. So let's get started. What I'd like to do, I start off with, I usually just put it down my lower back and I just warm up just beneath the floating ribs, down near the QL, and just roll back and forth here to warm myself up. And I mainly do this for 30 seconds. Now what you can do is you can put your iPhone down, 30 seconds, timer, and just let it go. And it'll just keep ticking. After 30 seconds it'll beep, and you can then obviously change movement. So once I do 30 seconds of this, I then start rolling a little bit further, so start working the upper back. Alright, then I straighten my arms. Oh, I really feel right here. I can hear the cracks. It stretches out my chest as well when the arms are above my head. Right up to the rear delts, right down to about middle back and back up again. So you start working your upper back. So you can really start doing that. Hands high, working that, works the upper back. You can also hug your chest, chin down, and it works as the upper back as well. So that's what you can start off with, which is pretty easy. But still works quite nicely. The last one you can do is you can kind of roll from side to side on it as well. Like I usually do that because I get quite tight in the QL spending time on the computer. So that's the first one you can do. Then what you can do is you can switch over, belly down on the quads. Now if you're working a lot of X guard, a lot of butterfly guard, you're going to get really tight, or maybe do a lot of squats or running, you're going to get really tight quads. So you can just roll the quads. You can do two legs at once, or you can dismount and just do one leg at a time. Now what you tend to do is with this, you don't just roll up and down. What you'll do is you'll find a tight point and you just stay on the tight point. So it might be up really high on the quad, it might be in the center of the belly of the quad, in the center, or it might be right down near the attachment near the knee. Wherever that is, you can just sit on that for maybe a 30-second round or even 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. But just to help loosen up the tightness in your quads. So I did a lot of kettlebells yesterday, so my quads I did a lot of squats with the kettlebells, so my legs are quite tight. Now from there, one reason why I like doing the single leg is what I can do is I can just switch this sideways and now start working my adductors. So, and the inside of the quad, the VMO. So this is just another way to loosen up the muscles here. So you can find a tight point and you can sit on it and just relax. So you can just work your adductors there as well. So you've got your quads, your adductors, and it's pretty easy to do. Just roll up and down there for 30 seconds, find the tight point and hold it. Let's say you get a lot of really tight hip flexors. You can just put that up a little bit higher on the hip flexor, which is just kind of near your hip. And you can just roll there and hold that there. If it's really tight. Mine aren't too bad today, so that's actually alright. If you want to really tighten the stretch, put yourself in a quad stretch position and then really roll that or just hold it. That's quite painful for me. Like I said, I've got tight quads from yesterday, so I won't be doing that today. But it's just another option you can do. After that, you can spin around. You put them under your quads and roll backwards and forwards. My calves are quite tight as well, so you can either do 1 or 2 legs, it doesn't matter. So you can just sit on that, relax them, and that sort of stuff. Oh, I was going to mention there's another foam roller called a rumble roller. It's got like spikes on it. Don't buy one of them. They're really, really painful, and they're not really that great. So if you see a rumble roller, don't get it. You're better off going a foam roller. If you only go a foam roller and that's it, the foam will bend and it'll bow after a little while, especially if you're over 80 kilos. It'll bend and bow and it won't work after a while. Try to get one that has plastic on the inside that will keep its shape forever. So that's your best bet. So anyway, so here's the calves. You can then roll it up to your hammies. You can work your hammies as well, just foam rolling them. Mine are pretty good today. And sometimes you'll find your hammies are great, or any muscle are great, and other times you're really tight. It all depends on what you did the day before, or sometimes of how your body's responding to the training load you're under as well. But all this stuff is really great warm-up for your weights. It's a great warm-up for your jiu-jitsu or your judo or your wrestling or whatever. Okay, so after you do your calves and your hammies, you can do your glutes. So what I usually do is I get into a glute stretch position, and I'll just sit my body and I turn a little bit to the glute side that I'm facing, and I'll put my butt cheek or the glutes on top of the foam roller, and I'm a little bit tight in the right glute here, so I can just hang on to that and just sit there for a bit. But I'm in this glute stretch position with my knee up here, and then my glutes just on that foam roller, and I'm just slowly edging in and out on that foam roller there. So it's just another great way you can stretch out your glutes, warm yourself up for jiu-jitsu and grappling and that sort of stuff. And it's just great recovery. The foam roller stuff is really, really good. It's just like going to get a massage, but instead you're doing it at home for free, which is great. Yeah, so once I do that, you can then flip over. I missed from the quads. You can then sit on your side and you can just work your ITBs or the sides of the quads as well. So most people ITBs are usually tight just above the knee. So for me it's just a little bit higher today. But from here you can just roll from the quads. So you can start with the quads. You can go down to the hip flexors down there, turn on your side and up to the ITBs here. And that way you're just going to hit your whole body to recover it using the foam roller. Like I said, you can add this foam roller protocol. You can do it every day of the week. You can do it in your lunch break. You can do it before or after jiu-jitsu, whenever you like. But it's just another great recovery routine you can do to help recover from training, so you can get back into training as soon as possible. So have fun with that. If you have any questions, make sure you email me, and make sure also you go out and grab a foam roller. They are a little bit, it depends, a little bit expensive, but they are really, really useful for recovery. And recovery is how you get stronger, recover, so you can get back to training.